Fort Kochi, where every sunset tells a story. Step into Fort Kochi is step into a living postcard. Stay with me to explore the must visit places and the lesser known history of those. Watch till the end to know a hidden gem of Fort Kochi. History, culture, and the traditional art form. From spice market to the street art, ancient charm, modern vibes, authentic flavors. Fort Kochi has it all. Every bite in Fort Kochi tells a delicious story. Once a trading hub, now a traveler's paradise. This is Fort Kochi. Raw, real, and absolutely unforgettable. And don't forget to subscribe. I would recommend spending at least 2 days in Fort Kochi. There is so much to explore. I have divided sites into eastern and western parts, covering them over 2 days. These nets are featured in several travel documentaries and films are the unique identity of Fort Kochi. These operate entirely on counterweights and manpower. First they lower the net, it goes into the water. Wait for the fishes to be trapped and then slowly pull it up.
Your name?
Prantik.
My name is Pushparaj. Nice to meet
Pushparaj, nice to meet you.
you. This is Chinese fish.
Yeah.
700 years.
At some nets, locals let visitors try operating them for a small fee. I gave it a shot myself, but just make sure to check and confirm the price beforehand. These have stood along the coastline for over 500 years, believed to be introduced by Chinese explorer Zheng He in 16th century. With fewer fishermen taking up this traditional craft, these iconic nets are slowly disappearing. So catch a glimpse while you can. From the fish market, where the auction happens, I walk to the Bastian Bungalow. I feel it is one of the Fort Kochi's iconic colonial era structures. The Dutch East India Company built it on the projecting part of the fort to easily monitor the coastline. It was a residential cum administrative hub during the Dutch period. Even when British took control of Kochi, they continued using this bungalow for their administrative purposes. The tiled roofs, large wooden windows along the hallway, stairs, all are classic Dutch architectural style. And presently, it's a heritage museum under the government of Kerala. Walking distance from Bastian Bungalow, in the heart of Fort Kochi, Portuguese built the first European church in India. When the Dutch took control, planned its destruction. They stacked barrels of gunpowder inside and ordered a soldier to ignite. But he stepped back while saying, "You may shoot me dead for my disobedience, but I won't do it even I am asked to set fire." Some believe it was a divine intervention. Long before this, Vasco da Gama, who died in Kochi, was buried here. Later, his remains were taken to Lisbon. During the British regime, it was the church for Anglicans. Even today, if you are visiting this place, you will see that prayers still echo within its ancient walls. The Santa Cruz Cathedral, another magnificent structure built by Portuguese, turned into a godown during the Dutch regime. Afterwards, the British had demolished the original cathedral, and near a century later, the rebuilding was initiated. And this place, I feel, have seen a lot of changes. And today, Santa Cruz Basilica is one of the finest church in India, where the visitors comes around the world to witness the painting and its structure. If you are in Fort Kochi, must read this book to know the glorious as well as the dark past of Fort Kochi. And where to get this book, if you are wondering, I have shared the details in my coming videos. The beachfront walkway in Fort Kochi is where time seems to slow down. The rhythmic waves feel like a heartbeat in sync with my own. a place for an afternoon of quiet reflection. Aren't we all searching for peace of mind? And yet, the world is filled with so much conflict. Why do we complicate something so simple? Life is short, and we all are here on borrowed time, radiating positivity and making space for joy. That should be the mantra. What do you think? Maybe it's the Dutch cemetery behind me that brings these thoughts, reminding me of those who once walked this path and now resting forever. My train of thought halts as the sun dips below the horizon. It's time to move. I have a ticket to the most authentic show in town, one I made sure to book in advance.
We'll be taking you to a different art form called Theyo. The performer has to go through a lot of process, a lot of prayers, a lot of chants, and by the end of the facial makeup, the belief is that the deity's power would be into his body. Kalaripayattu is Kerala's traditional martial arts that is dating back to 1600 years. Kalari means the place where they do the practice or the battleground. Payattu means the act of practice. All the modern combat sports like MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, everything is using techniques from Kalaripayattu.
Oh my god. Don't miss this while in Fort Kochi. All the details are in description, and after the show even they will let you try this act. Now it's kind of late and I'm starving. So today I have seen the western part of Fort Kochi, and see you all very soon on a next video from the eastern part of the town. Keep watching till then and share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.